fleetingly touch it only tonight. Yeah, you see, I don't want to become a parrot of myself, which is sometimes not easy because questions are similar and I don't have a different answer, but of course, I try to imagine what I really have to say, and each time, of course, it comes in a slightly different shape. And that's the very nature of memoirs, for example. Your memory is not completely reliable always. We know that. Human brain has endowed us with memory that is very, very kind to us, that we can forget things, that we can. I don't like psychoanalysis because it reawakens the traumata that we had early in our lives. Sometimes it's very, very good that we can forget, and sometimes it's not good to illuminate every last dark corner in our souls. Imagine the situation. I was only 2 weeks old when we were bombed out in Munich, and my mother fled to the most remote corner in the mountains where it was apparently safe. And we grew up in real poverty. We had no running water. We had to go to the well with a bucket, and we had no toilet. We had no telephone. I made my first telephone call at the age of 19. So, 17, sorry. I was younger than that. 17, my first phone call. And I remember that it was a wonderful childhood, and there was danger. Of course, I knew very early on, and it's my first memory, we as refugees there, and towards the end of the war, it must have been only weeks away from the end of the war, my mother wakes us up, my older brother, abruptly. We were completely stunned, and she wraps us into blankets, carries us up on the slope next to the house. And at the end of the valley, you could see the sky glowing, pulsing slowly in orange and red. And she said, "You have to see this. The city of Rosenheim is burning." But the city of Rosenheim is 40 miles away, so you do not see flames. You see this slow, pulsing sky. And I knew there was something like war out there. There was danger, there was catastrophes out there. And of course, there was also hunger. We were very hungry when we were children. And I described one scene about my mother. Once a week, there was a longish loaf of bread from the village baker, purchased with our ration coupons. With a point of a knife, our mother scratched a mark in it for each day, Monday to Sunday, allowing about a slice of bread for each of us. When hunger got to be very bad, we were each given a piece from the next day's ration, because my mother hoped something might turn up in the meantime. But generally, the bread was finished by Friday, and Saturdays and Sundays were particularly bad. My deepest memory of my mother, burned into my brain, is a moment when my brother and I were clutching at her skirts, whimpering with hunger. With a sudden jolt, she freed herself, spun round, and she had a face full of an anger and despair that I have never seen before or since. She said perfectly calmly, "Listen, boys, if I could cut it out of my ribs, I would cut it out of my ribs, but I can't, all right." At that moment, we learned not to wail. The so-called culture of complaint disgusts me. Right.